People need to stop trying to save Travis Hunter. I've seen a lot of people try to give Travis Hunter advice, including Godfrey. But what do you know? Travis did exactly what you expect a young, inexperienced man to do and told Godfrey that he's old and he should stop speaking on it. I believe this is a lesson he has to learn for his own personal development. If he leaves her, he robs himself of the opportunity to learn a lesson in one of two scenarios. The first is the obvious. He goes down the path of divorce and alimony and learns the lessons in that scenario. He ignores all the signs, he continues to further emotionally invest himself into her, and he goes down that path, where she eventually and inevitably leaves him and takes with her everything that he's worth. But in my personal opinion, the lessons that he will learn in the second scenario are even more important, because that's the scenario where he stays and learns in real time how a change in his behavior leads to a change in his woman's behavior towards him. Because don't get it twisted, Travis Hunter's girl or fiance is not a bad person. She's not a bad woman. She's simply doing what any other woman would do in her position, given their biological design. She's a woman that is comfortable in her relationship and 100% reassured about her position in Hunter's life. This kind of behavior is what naturally happens to any woman that has been given too much reassurance in their relationship. She knows how much power she holds in the relationship, she knows how important she is to Travis, and she knows how irreplaceable she is to him as well. So I'm not surprised that she will go out of her way to make herself and her emotions the priority on one of her man's biggest days of accomplishments. In fact, we've literally seen this exact same scenario play out in the exact same way on yet another different man's highest day of accomplishment. A woman that is 100% certain of where she stands with you will always make her emotions a priority over your own accomplishments. That's not surprising at all. And we have a ton of evidence all over the internet to show us that Travis Hunter has broken that very fundamental law of the game, giving her reassurances into the future, eliminating any chances of competition anxiety.
She can listen to me better when I tell her I only want her. I don't want nobody else. I don't look at nobody else.
Don't put that in the video.
No, put that in the video. Keep that right in the video.
I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah. I love my woman. When I take a picture with a girl, I make sure my hand is in the front. And you can see both of my hands. You know, I'm not that close to you. Hey, it's a routine. And I make sure I only take pictures with females when she's around. That's cool. I respect that.
Making her the priority in his life, deluding himself into thinking that his love for her is what makes him valuable to her. Rookie mistakes.
6 million things I love about you. I'm naming 3.
Nah, bro. So you don't love that I love you?
Okay. Next question.
You don't love that I'm the best gift forever?
I love you for other things.
So telling Travis to leave her, in my personal opinion, is a big mistake. He's just going to replicate that same problem with the next girl. The real problem here is not the girl, it's his behavior. So what he needs to do is learn how to change his behavior around her, so he can see for himself in real time how changing his behavior around her changes her demeanor around him. And not to beat down the point, but I feel like this is something that young dudes especially need a point of reference for. Unfortunately, a lot of young men, as far as they know, think it's a myth when I say stuff like you changing your behavior will change her behavior around you. They don't know what it's like to go through the process of changing a woman by changing themselves, because that process naturally comes with a test, and if you fail that test, then the change won't happen. And that test is designed to evaluate Travis Hunter's levels of self-belief. If Travis starts making changes in his behavior and his woman notices, her natural instinct is to try to keep the power by testing his resolve as a man. If Travis goes back to being more needy, emotionally invested, and relationship focused than she is, then he loses. You see what I mean? It's better Travis learns how to get out of this deficit than to just leave the situation entirely and then find himself in a similar situation with a different girl. He needs to learn the fundamentals of self-belief so that he can understand that he has the ability to replace his girl at will, which is exactly what will make her begin to prioritize him over her emotions. He needs to stop making the mistake of giving her reassurances into the future, which will kill her sense of urgency right now. He needs to learn how to introduce some much-needed competition anxiety into his relationship. That way his girlfriend can have an appreciation for the position she's in right now. And most importantly, he needs to learn how to prioritize himself over his relationship. And I hope he does with all this information what he must.